Welcome to the place where we take your music, we listen to it, and we hang out. Happy days, getting late. Roll another one, 'cause we're gonna have some fun. Don't forget to follow any of our affiliates mentioned in our shows. Roll another blunt, 'cause we're gonna light it up. Send your music in. Enjoy the tunes with me. Roll up on the screen. Take a seat with me. Send your music in. And maybe bring your friends. Take a seat with me. Enjoy the show with me. Sit back and hang out with Happy Daze and me.
Jacob with a double styrofoam cup.
Acid heavy. What's up, guys? It's Acid Happy with Happy Daze Productions, and we've got an awesome interview for you today. Our guest is behind screen waiting, but before I bring our guest on, I just want to remind everybody to share this video out, tag your highlights and your followers, and let's get everybody in and watching for today's awesome episode. I see Kira and DIW in the comments already. Thank you, guys. I love you so much for showing some support and tapping in with us today. Before we get further, I'm going to invite our guest on screen. What's up, dude?
Hey.
Howdy. How you doing?
Pretty good. I'm actually at a friend's house right now. My birthday was 2 days ago, and we ended up having some extra birthday shenanigans over here. So
Heck yeah. Well, happy early birthday, or late birthday, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I hope you had a good time and got to have some fun.
Yeah, done. Yeah, thank you for having me on.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Thank you for having me on.
Oh, of course, no problem. I was just gonna say, we were actually supposed to have you on beforehand, but we had some sketchy and sticky situations happen with our tech errors and stuff, so we had to reschedule. But I'm glad that you finally, have the chance to come on and, can actually share and participate in this interview and hopefully meet some cool people and build some engagement on your own following and fan base with your music as well.
Yeah.
Is there anything at all that you want to tell us about or talk about before we get into these questions?
Stream my latest release, Bombo Clot Rhythm. It's the weirdest dubstep track I've ever made. It's on Grie-Matter on all platforms. Grei.
Grei. See, that's where I messed up, I think. When I made the link for the event, I think I spelled it G-I-E. Grie-Matter. And that was my fault. Jake actually pointed that out, so I will fix that after our episode, but I spelled that wrong, so I'm sorry.
What up? I'm Grie-Matter.
Gary. Oh, that's great. All right.
The next episode of Gary's Anatomy.
On our next episode of Gary's Anatomy. That's what he said.
Fantastic.
So that kind of does bring us into our first question. What's your stage name, your real name, and how did you get your stage name, or how did you acquire that?
So I go by Grie-Matter, because my middle name is Gray, spelled the same way, Grei. Because my dad's name is Rainier, and he shortens it to Ray. So he's an artist, so he was just like, hey, let's put let's make his middle name a color, and I just sort of ran with that my whole life.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And then
I'm,
I like
I'm,
the gray matter. I like that whole just the way you did that. It's almost like a twister. Not a twister, but like a pun on your name. I like that.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
do. It's pretty cool. So that's the stage name you've been using your entire music career? You haven't had any other names?
I mean, I'm actually in the process of making, I guess, a second alter ego. That one's more for my like freestyle and I guess like hip hopier stuff. Grie-Matter, I'm keeping more on the bass and yeah, yeah, bass and I guess like some house stuff too. I guess I somehow ended up just accidentally writing a couple of house tracks, I think.
Oh, I see. That's pretty cool. So you're you have multiple genres that I guess you'd say
Yeah,
you'd make music in then?
yeah, yeah. But early on, I was making a couple of I guess like alt pop and some hip hop stuff and some um, I guess I like emo emo rap stuff was the best way I can describe it. And I feel like that sort of like wasn't completely the genre that I was shooting for to begin with, but it is still something I want to run with. So I'm just gonna give that its own home.
Mhm. I see, I see. So we do have a comment from or a question from the comments. 3XG Spitz wants to know, what kind of artist was your dad?
Oh, visual artist. He does 3D art. He does frankly the most amazing charcoal portraits you've ever seen. I keep telling him that he should send them to like a gallery or something, but he picked it up during COVID, and he just makes incredible portraits, like super realistic.
Wow, that's pretty cool. That is pretty
Yep,
cool.
he's the man.
So he's only been doing that type of work since COVID?
This specifically, he started by doing like a portrait a day challenge, I guess, and but he's been an artist his whole life. He's taught art in high school for a while.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean
So
that's
he's
in
a
his
teacher, an art
career.
teacher.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Would you say that if it's artistic and creative aspects are genetic within your family line?
Um, Probably, maybe. I'm sure most of my family is like creatively predisposed, definitely.
That's
But I
pretty cool.
mean,
I haven't had a lot of people that bring up relatives and their creative hobbies and aspects. So that's just a question I've been wanting to ask somebody for a while, like if they think that it's something that runs within their bloodline or family lineage, being creative.
so I'm actually I'm personally I'm a big believer in epigenetics, and that like our experiences shape our DNA, and like over the course of generations, like yeah, you'll have your predispositions. That's how evolution works, and the diversification of species and all that, and like you definitely have people that are just you know they're born in like a certain direction, but I definitely think that like it doesn't matter what your starting point is, like what you choose to do and where you choose to go, that has more say and more sway in your life than any condition you're born in.
Absolutely. I can definitely understand that. And an aspect of things is, would you say that being around other creative people within your family has an influence on the way that you are?
Definitely, definitely.
Okay.
uh my mom was a dancer and my dad was an artist, and they both had a big affinity for music, and most of my mom's side is musically inclined as well, so definitely, yeah, a lot of familial influences.
Okay, I see. And that does make a lot of sense. Now, curiously, do you have any siblings or cousins that are your age that are also musically talented or artistically inclined?
Yeah, both my sisters. My youngest one is goes by Mostly Clutter on Instagram, and she's part of an alt rock band called Lunar Priest. They're
That's cute.
phenomenal.
I like her name.
She's a great singer.
If you ever want to give her some extra exposure, push her this way. We always are
For
open
sure.
to having interviews, and we're actually doing a ladies promotion night on April 2nd. So if you're interested or she's interested, she can send some tracks in of her band, and I'd love to promote some of her music from her band.
Heck yeah, yeah. I'll send her away.
Heck yeah. And you said you have two sisters now that are both talented in that aspect?
Yeah, the other one didn't choose music. The other one chose animation. Her name is Ciel Marie, and yeah, she animates. She doesn't really like to like show off her work too much, but from what I've seen, like she's really good at it too. She's getting really good.
That's pretty cool. Does she design her own characters and stuff like that?
Yeah, yeah. She
That's
takes
awesome.
submissions.
That's awesome. Actually, I've heard that you can make quite some pretty good money on commission work, especially if you're taking on character designs and stuff like that within some of the comic and cosplay communities and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just
Um
gonna shift over
Go
here.
ahead.
I'm just gonna shift over here. The lighting's a little bit worse here, but I need to charge my phone.
All right. So some more questions shifting towards you more personally. How old are you and how long have you been creating?
I actually just turned 31.
Okay, you definitely do not look 31. I thought you were closer to my age, honestly.
Thank you. And that's with like 2 days of just straight partying too. So I'm glad. I take it as a mark of, you know what? I did my due diligence. I took care of my body. I ate the vegetables.
Um, this is not a question that I usually ask, but I'm curious because I hear that you have an accent. What's your ethnicity?
I have an accent? That's actually the first time I've heard that in America.
Yes, you absolutely have an accent.
Okay, cool. That's news to me. I'm I was born here, but my mom's side is from Spain. My dad's side is from Cuba.
Okay, so it's a Hispanic accent that I'm hearing.
Yeah.
I'd say within my family as well. I'm Hispanic too, but I was hearing that accent that you've got, and it was familiar, but I couldn't quite figure out where from. Um, so you were born here in the U.S. and your family on both sides are immigrants. Yes.
No, my dad's side was yes. My mom's side,
Okay.
well, my mom is first generation American, but my grandparents were Spain natives.
Okay. I see. I see. I see. That's cool. Heck yeah. Um, this one's gonna be a little bit kind of personal, but you kind of answered it already anyways. Where are you originally from and where are you now?
I'm originally from Miami, and right now I'm in Fort Lauderdale.
Okay. Do you have any plans to travel anywhere else within your music career?
Yeah, I mean, as soon as possible. I mean, that was always the goal. I want to do the whole like road trip tour thing. That's always been the dream.
Heck yeah. You want to go on a tour?
Yeah. Oh,
Awesome. Next question. What are your current artistries? Do you have any artistic focus right now? Any main projects that you're working on?
um, fire performing. Um, I'm part of a fire dance crew, and we might. Well, they're definitely performing for Burning Man again this year. I might not. I'm still debating. I think I have about like 2 weeks to like really decide. But if I do, I mean, yeah, I performed with them last year.
Oh, that's cool. So, With that, do you travel to perform?
Yeah, in Black Rock City, uh, Nevada.
Okay, that's cool. Black Rock City, Nevada. How's that?
How was what?
Is it warm? Is it hot? Is it
It's a
warm?
yes, it's a desert. So it's blazing in the day and it's freezing at night. And like this, yeah, everything you've heard about desert weather is true.
I was curious. I was curious. That's kind of why I asked. Thank you. Do you guys go anywhere else to perform, or is it just in that one state and city?
I mean, we are growing, we are expanding. A bunch of people do their own gigs as well. If we all get booked as a group for anywhere, I mean, yeah. But otherwise, it's just right now it's just individuals doing individual shows and performances, except for
I
Burning Man
see.
and Love Burn.
I see. Well, that's cool. Now, do you ever think about possibly mixing the two talents or hobbies that you have, your music and your performing? Have you ever thought about making a video, like, say, for instance, you're making like TikTok videos, but running your own music over your performances and trying to match dances with your own music?
Yeah, yeah. I've been wanting to write a song specifically for that. I haven't gotten to that yet, but definitely that's definitely a this year thing.
That's
It has
so
to happen.
cool. You should definitely do that. And that's like the first thing I thought about. Like when you told me that, I'm like, there's got to be a way that you can do that, or that you've already done that. Have your own music, but writing a song specifically for that would put so much more, I guess you could say, soul or energy into that. Like it's specifically for that purpose. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Um, what do you think your biggest downfall as an artist has been?
Oof. I mean, my habits, honestly, because I mean, like, I get super distracted, and I mean, I smoke a ton of weed. I actually ended up going to a halfway house for a couple weeks to try to get my weed consumption under check, and it worked in the most backwards way possible. I ended up just disliking the experience so much that I decided, I never want to get here again. I'm just gonna, and like these days, I have a
Wow.
more moderate intake. Like, I don't like, yeah, I don't just smoke every day now. I do take like weeks in between. But yeah, to be honest, I'd say that's been my biggest downfall. I just spend so much fucking time just distracted, and it's definitely something I'm working on. It definitely is. I think part of a lifelong journey.
Well, I can definitely relate and understand that to my own personal degrees, and I think that it's good that you're recognizing that and you're able to recognize that within yourself and within your own music's career and things that you've got going for yourself. But on the opposite spectrum of that question, what would you say your best qualities as an artist would be?
Um, so at the same time that I'm super distracted, I'm also laser focused, and it's a very weird polarity between that. Because like I have no problem spending like literally days on end just doing a specific track or a specific mix or something. I'm just like when I get in the zone, I get in the zone. But you know, the very laser like mind also needs the other half of the brain. It needs the yin to its yang. Like, and I need that like creative space, that creative you know, random space. So like for that other very focused, very driven half of my brain to, I guess, like have you know,
You gotta make sometimes, in a sense, you have to make your brain focus on other things instead of one thing. I've got a habit of hyperfixation as well, where I will start on a project with one person or start on a solo project, and I will fixate on that one project, knowing that I have this podcast, knowing that I have 7 other projects to do, but I'm hyper fixated on this one thing because it's like, I guess you could say it's fueling the serotonin, it's making the serotonin come out. I'm feeling good. It makes me feel good. The more I accomplish for it, the better I feel, but I'm completely ignoring some of the other things going around, which could be good in some circumstances, especially if it's a deadline project. But in some cases, it can be a negative habit as well.
Yeah, I hear that.
Absolutely. For our next question, what has your best experience as an artist been? Whether that's an event, a song, a collaboration, anything, your best experience.
So for one of the tracks that I'll actually share that I shared, I so I had just met my DJ best friends, and they invited me to this house party, and I played this track. That was probably one of the first times I actually put my personal music out there in a mix that I was making, and like I saw it land, and I saw it like land amongst my friends, and like they all like I didn't even tell them like this was my track, and they kind of all just like looked at me and was like, "Oh shit, you recognize that like that was it felt like they recognized that that was me, that they knew my style." And I was like, "Yeah, that was a really nice moment."
That's sweet. Especially if it's like, in that situation where your friends and your people are recognizing that, you're part of something and you're participating. You don't even have to go out of your way to say anything. It's just that feel good of recognition. I
Yeah.
understand that. What do you think your worst experience as an artist has been so far?
Oof. I have no idea. I've gone on deck so many times, and my flash drive hasn't been working, or I haven't been able to figure out the equipment. It's there's so many stories to pick from. They're all great. Um, yeah, okay. How about the time that I went up for a New Year's party, and you know I didn't realize I had to format my flash drive a specific way, and because I had up to that point just been DJing on DDJs. So I roll up there. This whole set's in practice. I've been like spazzing about it. I've been telling my friends about it. I bring them all there. Some of them come from across the freaking state, and then I go up there and my flash drive isn't working.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
probably that one.
That's terrible.
Yeah, I
I am
learned the hard
so
way.
sorry that you had to experience that.
Yeah, the same friends that I was just mentioning to, they're like, "Come on, man."
Oh no. Oh no. Um, well, I hope that, you don't have to experience anything that tragic ever again as a
Yeah,
performer. Um, but to move on, where do you see yourself within the next 5 years as an artist? Do you have a 5-year goal?
yeah. I mean, I hopefully within 5 years I see my name on a festival lineup, even if it's support for like one of the big guys, something like there.
Now, do you have a specific festival in mind that you really, really want to be able to perform at sometime?
Me and my mentor have been racing to see who plays Lost Land first.
How did I know that you were gonna say Lost Lands? I feel like that's every EDM artist's dream, though, is to be able to perform a stage of Lost Lands.
Right? Yeah.
It's a beautiful event. I've been to Lost Lands once in my life, and I will say that the community and the scene has got to be some of the best, most uplifting people I've ever experienced and met. And the artists are phenomenal. They're the big names and little names alike. Artists are amazing at that event.
They really are. And yeah, I've made a lot of lifelong friends there too. I've made like treasured memories. That's the only way I can describe it, just treasured memories there that I know I'm going to be like smiling on for the rest of my life. So yeah, definitely, I want to like play in that environment too.
Of course, I definitely, I hope that you do, and and when you do, I hope that I can be there to, promote it and experience it because that's fucking. Los Angeles is definitely one of those events that I hope you can get to, just like other big events that other artists want to get to. That I can understand why, and I definitely see you succeeding at your goal.
Thanks.
Um, of course. Do you have any shows or events in the near future that you're going to be participating at or working on?
None right now. None right now. Hopefully soon. Right now, I've been kind of on a DJing hiatus. I've been more focusing on the producing aspect of things, and I feel like I've leveled up my sound design and my ability, my overall workflow to a point where I can actually consistently release music that I'm proud of, and I feel like, and I can actually think, hey, yeah, I can play this out. Like it's not just
Um,
sets of other people's music. I can actually have a decent amount of my stuff in there too.
yes, yes.
So
And I like that, being able to produce your own music and then as well as in the DJ aspect, you'll always be able to throw your own music into that mix, if you look at it like that.
mm,
Um, do you have any projects or events right now that you'd like to take some moments and talk about? Or not projects and events, any projects or music, songs, EPs, albums, anything like that that you'd like to promote?
um, I mean, I'm partnering with Happy Needle Acupuncture. I'm making them a video ad, and I wrote the. It's a music video ad.
Oh,
Um,
that's cool.
yeah, that's it's actually been a really fun project. Um, so I mean, I'll shout that out whenever that's out. But the track part's done. We're just figuring out the video.
Heck yeah, that's awesome. That is so awesome. Do you guys have anything else you're working on? Do you have anything else you're working on?
Just personal projects, just personal music, Grie-Matter music. I tried building a D&D campaign once, but I'll bring that back eventually. It was going to be like a side quest for the entire brand, but that'll come back eventually. I tried to launch that way too early.
Yeah.
It fell apart so fast.
Yeah, that's something that can happen. But,
Yeah,
you know, I will say from an artist perspective of things, even if it feels like you're taking forever to drop it, it's better that you're waiting and making sure that it's done properly and done the way that it sounds good, looks good, and feels good. And you know what I mean? The better quality, sometimes it takes longer to make better quality, and that goes for everything, whether that's a painting, a drawing, a song, an animation, a music video. The longer you take and the more effort and time you put into it, the better quality that's going to come out because you're actually taking that time to make the changes and to, I guess, reflect on it as you're making it as well.
100%.
um for our next question, one person dead or alive that you would want to collaborate with or work with.
Can I answer both?
Yeah, you can do one of each. Absolutely.
Sweet. Alive, Virtual Riot, just because that's always been my EDM hero. I started producing because I watched his streams. So definitely I'd love to like collaborate with him eventually. That'd be awesome. Uh Not alive. It's a tough question actually.
Hmm?
For the not alive person, that's actually a pretty tough question. Um I guess Buddha. Buddha would be dope.
Okay. Why?
I'd like to know what it's like what a person that like reached that level of enlightenment, like what they speak like. like just how their mannerisms are, like how their manner is overall.
That actually makes a lot of sense and very interesting. Very, very interesting. I don't think we've even had an answer relatively close to that at all on this show. So it's definitely a different aspect of things because, most people that are in the music or entertainment industry do it for the career-based path or the gain or beneficial aspects of it. I'm going to do music because I'm going to make money, because I'm going to get famous, because I want to get rich, because I want to do this, this, and this. But in that sense and aspect, you're wanting to work with somebody not because of what they could provide or not because of the talent that they have, but because of the knowledge that they could possibly provide for you. And that's a great thing. That's super cool. I love that.
Yeah.
Next question is one person, dead or alive, that you would want to see you perform. And you can absolutely answer one of each for this one as well. Somebody that you want to watch you in the crowd while you're performing on stage or whatever you do.
Well, my immediate response to that in my head was my grandma. She always supported my music, and she would say it's crazy people music, but she would still be supportive. And
Aw.
yeah, I always tell myself wishing I could show her my new stuff.
Aw. Well, that's beautiful, and I love that. I do. Is there a person out there right now that you'd want to that's out there right now that you'd want to sit there in the crowd and watch you perform? This person could be famous, a family member that you might not be able to see right now, anybody.
Um, yeah, I mean, outside of family, I mean, I'd love it if all the cousins came out, all the extended family. That would be awesome. But
That's so cool. You
yeah,
could have a family
yeah,
rave.
yeah, that would be insane. That would be
Now,
somebody would get arrested.
uh, question. For this is a personal question, and I'm just asking because it pertains to my life a little bit too. How many? Do you have a lot of cousins?
Oh yeah, so many.
Would it be in the hundreds?
Maybe less than 100, but close to there. Close to there. At least cousins that I know of.
Um, I'd say the same, but for me, my grandmother has 14 siblings, and then they all have kids, and then they all have kids, and then they all have kids. So there's definitely hundreds of us
Yeah.
within the states over here. And then, my great grandma had 12 siblings. So it's huge. It's a big old, my family is humongous. So, you know, thinking about doing like family events and stuff like that is draining for me because I don't even think I'd want to participate in something like that.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's
It's all the
the spider web effect with all the
yeah.
different families, but they all tie into the same thing or to the same people, the same few people.
Yeah.
Um, do you have any? Oh, wait, I read the next one. Yeah, no. Do you have any advice for any other artists out there? Whether that be advice on their music, whether that be advice on mentality, anything at all, period, that you'd like to say to other artists that might be listening right now?
Learn to befriend self-doubt. You're gonna hate your art almost every step of the way. That's almost every artist I've ever met. Your art doesn't suck. You just think it sucks because you know what it sounds like and what it looks like in your mind, and you have a taste, but skill develops at a much slower pace than taste does, I think. So just keep going, keep like literally just never stop. Eventually, the skill catches up to the taste, or vice versa. I'm still working on it myself. Probably will be my
I
whole
think
life.
that a lot of artists also fluctuate between tastes and styles, and don't. don't compare yourself to the next artist because you're trying to focus on how you could sound or trying to focus on sounding like something that isn't you, and just try to, I guess, not be content with what you do, but there's always ways to gain knowledge to become better.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean like befriend self-doubt. Like I think that like a lot of people, myself included, see self-doubt as like, something to like be beaten, something to be overcome. And like no, like it's something to be understood.
Yes. Something to be understood, and once you can befriend your self-doubt, I think it's easier to, in a sense, become more comfortable and confident in your own skin and with who you are as well as an artist and an individual in everyday life too.
Yeah.
Um, are there any other artists out there, anybody at all that you would want to see have a podcast interview here on Happy Days?
Other than my sister, Lunar Priest. Um, I mean, yes, definitely.
Hmm.
Yes, definitely. I mean, so from the episodes that I've watched, you guys don't seem to have like a lot of or maybe I missed those episodes, but like a lot of like the bass scene. So like maybe some bass artists.
We actually do try to scout out for as many different scenes and art styles as we can, but we do attract a lot of the Juggalo community and a lot of the hip hop scene. But I don't
Yeah,
want that to shy other artists away from coming on and taking advantage of this, because one of our main promoters and affiliates and artists is an EDM artist named Tony Rigtone, and we try to play his music on every rotation because he's constantly pushing out new stuff. And oh, Joe Wafu, Joe Wafu, he says Wafu, it's Joe Wafu. She is a promoter for the EDM and rhythm scene in Tennessee, where she's from. So we do try to reach out, but I don't know if it's the shyness of the EDM scene or we're just not reaching the EDM scene. But we definitely want to make sure that the EDM scene is very much aware that you guys can take advantage of this platform for interviews. Don't hesitate at all whatsoever, just because we have a lot of hip hop. We'd love to branch out and do as many genres and scenes as we can.
yeah. I mean that's definitely like part of why yeah, like I've written some hip hop, I've written some rap beats, I've worked with rappers, and I've dipped my toes in that scene as well, and I do want to make a whole persona for that as well. But I mean, like, definitely, like, I feel like there's like a lot of overlap between that and bass and EDM and like all the little subcultures. But
Yes.
I mean, I definitely have friends I can recommend. That I would love to see on here too. Um, but they're drum and bass. They're with the one specific that I'm thinking of, right, a lot of drum and bass. But I do think that I could see like a lot of like synergy with like possible collaborations for him and like the other artists that I've seen on here too.
Oh, absolutely. Shout your friend out. Let us know his name. Give him a big shout out. Kind of tell us about that person as an artist, and we'll definitely do what we can to not so that we can contact them and see if we can't get an interview with them on the show, dude.
For sure. Yeah, I'll hit him up.
I will.
Tell everybody to subscribe.
But yeah, go ahead and tell us. You never said his name. We don't even know who
Oh,
he is yet.
oh. Well, let me ask him first. My bad.
Oh no, you're
Yeah.
totally fine. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to be pushy like that. I just didn't know if you had realized that or not. I'm stoned too. So it's
Uh,
like,
I just don't want to push anyone else's promo without like them being like okay with it.
of course, of course. Permission is good.
Yeah.
Could set is key, guys, even with music and promotion.
So, like me.
But I guess while we're waiting for asking him to see if he wants his little promotion or to talk about it, is there anybody else or anything else that you want to talk about? I do have your links that you sent, and we do have 20 minutes until we hit the hour mark. So we have plenty of time if you want to talk about the links that you sent as well before we get into that. Because you got 3 things that you sent me.
Yeah. I'm not sure how much time I have to play music. But one is my latest release. One is a track that I actually have my own vocals on that I'm mastering right now. So like it's a little wonky, but it's still I think it still sounds good. And I have a remix that I'm planning on releasing in the next couple of months too.
Okay, okay. I see. All right. I'm sending that out. Sorry. I sent that out to a few people, the live, because I'd like this portion where we're playing your music and we're kind of promoting your stuff to get the most views and the most eyes. We've actually had a pretty good audience tonight. We've had a few familiar faces, and I got the whole family in here at points.
Just
So the Spamly is the group chat that we're all in. The Happy Days and Affiliates group chat, that is all of the artists and the Spamly. I guess to go into detail about that is a lot of us counter network with each other and promote the hell out of each other's work. So you'll see everybody in that group chat who sends music in for the rotations. A lot of those people will be the same ones that come on and watch other interviews and that will share the interview videos out when we're interviewing other artists. And then we'll actually start collaborating and networking with the new artists that we bring within the community and network. And it's also got a lot to do with the Swills Edition podcast. A lot of the fans and audience over there that aren't talentedly or musically inclined, but are very big fans of the community, will go out and share and spam the hell out of everyone's inboxes and everyone's comments with their favorite artist music and the podcasts. And it's just a big group of people who spam other people's stuff and promote for each other. It's pretty cool. It's a fun network to engage in, and there's just a lot of chill people and great artists and great people to network and communicate with.
Yeah. Everybody in there seems like a lovely bunch. Just
Yes.
super creative powerhouses. Like honestly, like some of the stuff I've heard from this family is it blows me away.
Yeah, they like I said, they work very hard at what they do, and um it's they're very kind and loving people as well, you know. It's not just they're not arrogant or narcissistic. It's not just about them. It's very much what can we do to make this community better? What can we do for each other, you know? And that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, we do have these links that you sent me. Where are we? The latest releases Bomba Clap Rhythm. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right.
Rhythms.
Whatever. He's saying it right. I'm not. It's fucking SoundCloud. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't have SoundCloud downloaded, but we're gonna open the link anyways and see if this will load on um externally. It did. So we got this.
Cool.
Let me Bluetooth my shit real quick. And we're gonna run this. Is there anything at all that you want to say about this before we press play?
Um, not really, other than like
Bitch, shut up. You know what? You know what?
what?
I'm sorry. Sorry, I was cussing at my boyfriend.
I was like, damn, okay. 'Cause, like, I was
No, he's
about to
over
say,
here
I was
mocking me because I pronounce words wrong. And I'm like, bitch, shut up.
is it because I named the track Bumbleclot Rhythm? Jeez.
Yes, and I pronounced it wrong and he was making fun of me. It's a sad world for me, but it's okay. It's okay. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. N- yeah. Calling a track bumbleclot rhythm is probably offensive to some people. I realized that after the fact. Um, I figured it would be okay because I hear a lot of EDM tracks use that word, but some of my friends told me after I released it, like, that might be a culture appropriation. I don't mean to. My bad. The track's already out there, though. I worked hard on it. I don't want to take it down.
He said, I worked hard on it. I don't want to take it down. 10 out of 10. It is A-okay. Listen, I'm sure it's not really an offensive song. You know what I mean? So,
I didn't mean it with offense. And some of my friends have told me the same thing. It's like, as long as you're not intending it to be offensive, it's fine.
right. With if there's no offensive intentions, then it's all good. And I'm gonna run this. I'm gonna press play. Let's see. Let me know if you can hear it.
Yeah,
Can you hear it?
yeah. Wah, 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 wah.
What up, HB? What's that, please? Period. That's fucking fire. He said,
Thank
hit
you.
him with the emoji. Fire.
I'm
So,
actually with you.
go
What's
ahead.
that? No, you first, please.
My phone's messing up now. Uh-oh. Echoing. All right. Try to speak one more time.
Hello, hello.
Okay, I can hear you better now.
Cool.
Okay. All I was gonna say is that was really good. When did you make that?
Um, Sometime in February. Oh yeah. I dropped that. Yeah, for Valentine's Day, February
Oh,
14th.
that's fucking dope. I
Yeah.
like that. That was super cool, dude. How long did it take you to make that?
Um, Maybe 3 months. Yeah, about 3 months. I'd say.
That's not bad. That's not bad. So you produced the entire track yourself?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
That
awesome. That's
the
awesome.
the bass and the final drop, where it sounds kind of like it's saying boom, boom, blah. That's actually not a text to speech. I actually manually went through the waveform and like I made the bass say the word
Oh
manually.
wow.
I'm proud of that one.
That's fucking dope. I like that. I like that. And I was gonna say, that last one definitely did have a different sound than the rest of the drops. So I can see that and I can hear it. And I was gonna say something, but I didn't know if it was something done purposely or not. So I'm glad that you answered that without me even having to ask.
Heck yeah,
Um, we have two links left, but we've only got about 9 minutes to the hour mark, and this phone is at 21%.
for sure.
But
Uh,
which one do you want me to play?
I'd say yeah, the remix. I wanna fix the vocals a little bit more. I wanna clean the vocals up a little bit more before I put moving lights out there.
Okay. So this one is not released. This is actually on the drive. So I just want everybody to know out there to know that this is you can't find this one out there yet. But when it does drop, I'm sure that he's gonna plug us in and we'll be able to promote that for him. So I'm gonna play this. Are we ready?
Absolutely.
All right. This is 1 second. The Crocodile Alligator Remix, Interior Crocodile Alligator Remix. All right, bam. Now we're gonna run this. Here we go.
I am riding a horse on top of my chest. that one particular sync still needs to be cleaned up a little bit.
That shit is so fire, dude.
Yeah. Thank you. I think I sent you an earlier version. That outro wasn't the outro. I remember saving last, but everything else is more or less what it was supposed to be.
Heck yeah. That's fucking awesome. Well, when that becomes a finished project, please do send it to us.
Heck yeah.
Actually, that was not a release track. That was a file sent through Google, so we can't subscribe to anything. I did say that, but when he does release it, we're gonna be able to drop that link so that people can go and follow and subscribe. And if you do want to send us your SoundCloud, we can drop that as well so that they can hear your pre-recorded stuff, or not pre-recorded, but your stuff
Yeah,
that's been pre-released before this episode. So.
for sure.
Is there anybody that you want to give shout outs to before we hop off here and I run my end credits?
To you for running this whole thing. You put so much effort into this. Thank you. And thank you for having
Thank
me on.
you. I appreciate that. Is there anybody else, any artists, any friends, any family?
I'll shout out my sister again, Lunar Priest, because they've been doing a lot of stuff too.
Well, shout out to Luna Priest and thank you for coming on here, and shout out to you for coming out here. Ace B, my grandma, Jacob, and everybody who watched today. There was quite a few people that usually watch. GIW, Kira, 3XG, anybody else?
And everybody make sure to subscribe to our YouTube. We're on a big campaign to try to hit 500 followers. So not only do I want everybody watching to subscribe, but invite some people to subscribe to our YouTube.
Yes, we are trying to get to 500 subs on the YouTube. So you guys better go follow us there and sub there.
Find the link.
It's just Acid X Happy on YouTube.
Follow.
All right.
Subscribe.
Yes. Anything else that you want to say before we hop off here?
I guess yeah, just give me a follow on any platform. I'm Grie-Matter, Grei Matter. And yeah, again, thanks for having me on.
Of course, and thank you for coming. And I will see everybody else later. Also, before we get off here, we're running Tuesday music rotations all throughout the month of April with Blind Logic. So I'm going to be able to drop some more info on that later with a post for those of you following. You're going to want to tap in with Blind Logic. You're going to go follow him on Facebook because all of our rotations will be ran from his page for the month of April on Tuesdays, every single Tuesday. So, yes. And I hope everyone has a good night. Peace.
Good night, chat. Good night. Happy days. Peace.
And credits.
Yeah, like I'm on acid and it's making me happy. Like I'm gonna keep trying to fuck with the spikes on the map. Maybe in that metamorphosis, smoking minds for the future. The strength I had up in the past, no matter stacking knowledge for the future. I'm computing like a CPU or CPU. Jealous places and able maskers, all weathers is masquerades and non-grammatic, empathetic. The piece of a muddy must be but for the moment, my marauder than that. Yeah, it's acid happy. God, I'm willing.
Oh my gosh. Wow.